Welcome to episode 4 of Worth a Play or Put It Away. The game I played this time around was The Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse. This is the first game of a trilogy of platformers developed by Capcom. And funny enough, I actually played the sequel first when I was a kid and didn't realize it was a sequel until later in life when I found this game. So you play as Mickey Mouse, who after playing catch with his friends, notices Pluto is missing. He later finds out Pluto has been taken by the evil Emperor Pete. Mickey then sets out on a quest to save him. If you go into the options on the main menu, you can change the difficulty. The default setting is normal, but you can change it to easy or hard depending on how you want to play the game or your skill level. The game is for 1 or 2 players. I played some 2-player with my son. I was expecting sort of a co-op mode like in the sequel, but the game makes the players take turns. The game is split up into 6 main levels, which are then split up into shorter sections with a checkpoint between each. You start with 3 lives, but have unlimited continues. And you can also pick up extra health containers along the way. And when you continue, you start from the last checkpoint. This makes the game much easier, but on the other hand, makes it more accessible for kids or people who aren't as quite comfortable with the platforming genre. Most levels have a mini-boss, but the last 2 main levels before the castle were much shorter and didn't have a mini-boss for whatever reason. The game overall is actually very short. Maybe around an hour if you're bad at the game, kind of like I was. It's good for a pick up and play kind of night, but if you're looking for substance, look elsewhere. The absolute best part of this game, and what I truly feel sets it apart from other platformers, is the use of different outfits Mickey can change into. There is the Magician, the Firefighter, and the climbing gear. And they are all super unique. You can use magic or the firefighter outfit to find secrets hidden in these yellow blocks, or even defeat enemies and bosses. Each outfit is different enough from each other that they don't feel stale or redundant. Bosses, however, in this game were honestly a low point. They weren't that interesting or unique. Their designs were odd, and several were made easier by the use of the magician outfit. If I hadn't just played this game, I honestly don't think I would remember any of the bosses, with the exception of Pete. Final boss fight is well done, and it was a decent challenge. Speaking of Pete, his final boss theme is so good. Easily the best song in the game. Easily the best song in the game. The music is fun and enjoyable. It doesn't get annoying even though it loops quickly. However, like the bosses, the music is just not all that memorable, with the exception of the final boss theme and maybe the fire area. Speaking of the fire area, it was easily my favorite level. The part where you ride the elevator down and have to react quickly to defeat enemies and destroy obstacles was very fun. The rest of the level, utilizing the firefighter outfit, had plenty of puzzles to solve and secrets to find. The platforming overall was also a highlight. Very well done. The controls are responsive, and the platforming is sometimes difficult, but never impossible or game-breaking. My least favorite part was the peak with the climbing gear. The gear itself is fine. You can use your grappling hook at many different angles, which is very nice. But the fact that sometimes you have to jump and use it to save yourself from falling was, for some reason, very difficult for me. I won't deduct points for that because me being bad at the game is not the game's fault. And the combat is also very well done. There are many different ways to defeat enemies, like throwing a block, jumping on it, using magic, etc. When you jump on an enemy, you can then pick it up and throw it to break blocks or even damage bosses and mini-bosses. It is truly a well-rounded game with many different ways to play. After you defeat Pete, you rescue Pluto, and then there's actually a small plot twist which I won't reveal. I find it interesting, though not a highlight by the game by any means, and it seemed weird and kind of unnecessary. For this game, I used my single-player games score sheet. I want to point out that I grade all my games on a curve and based on that game alone, and I do not force a game to compete with another game. Story, 7.5. I rated this one higher, even though the story is simplistic. It felt very true to the Mickey Mouse brand, sort of like I was playing through one of his cartoons. The plot twist, like I said, feels cliche and unnecessary. Characters, 9. I mean, come on, it's Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. They are classic and beloved characters. It loses a point for the exclusion of Minnie. Even though she's in the sequel, in this game, she is nowhere to be seen. Gameplay and controls, 10. The controls were great and responsive, but the true highlight of this game was the use of the outfits. It adds a ton of value to the gameplay. Visuals and vibe, 8. The game is vibrant and colorful. Each area has a unique theme. The bosses look very weird though and turn an odd shade of pink as they are dealt damage. Pacing and structure, 6.5. The game is paced well enough, but the game got progressively shorter as you go along. It's almost as though they were trying to hurry up and just complete the game. Soundtrack, 7. The songs are just okay. The only standout was the final boss theme, but it doesn't carry the rest of the soundtrack. The final rating for this game is an even 8. Overall, I rate this game as worth a play. Though it may seem like it was made for kids, it's short and fairly easy. Try the game out. If you want more of a challenge, just up the difficulty. It is a standout platformer of its time. Time to spin the wheel for my next game. Well, looks like I can keep my Super Nintendo out because I'm playing Math Blaster. Maybe the wheel is trolling me, but I'm definitely going to have an interesting time with this one. See you all in the next episode of Worth the Play or Put It Away!